If you feel like that you got to fall out with one of your homies or one of your friends because they put you in a situation where you wasn't comfortable in, well, that's a sign.
And you make people look at themselves and look at what they're doing and question what they're doing. And they don't like that because you know how to control yourself.
But life becomes even more difficult when you exit stage left and you go and you start to grow and develop, and then you come back around these people and bitch, it's like you just talked to them the same day. It's like nothing has changed. They have not elevated, they have not grown, and so you still can't let them back into your space. You still can't let them back into your life because
there is nothing wrong with falling out with friends that you have unhealthy attachments with.
What's good, peeps? It's your boy JP back at it again with another video, and shout out to Ty Boogie because we're doing a reaction to Ty Boogie again. Shout out to him, the boy be cooking, so we about to cook too. You know what I mean? But with that being said, the video is men are switching up on their day one homies. Whew, this might be deep. We're gonna dig deep into this one and see what's going on. No Diddy. But before we do that, do me a favor. Hit the like and subscribe button. Join the Prosper Gang. We keeping it PG because there's a lot of prosperity going on around this mug. With that being said, without further ado, let's just get into the video.
Because if you was genuinely my friend, you would push me to do better and want to do better with my life and don't lead me down the wrong path.
I'm not saying like I choose not to have friends.
as an adult, meeting new people that are like-minded, that have the same interests, that you connect with, that you click with, is very hard.
You know the saying that success is really lonely, or the grind is very lonely? These sayings are basically just saying you're gonna outgrow a lot of the people you know right now. And the people that you're around.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a very true statement. Very, very, very true. Especially if you're in a searching mode. Especially if you're still trying to figure it out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a nigga I'm a dude that ain't grew up having a whole lot. I ain't grew up that much. I grew up broke for the most part. Like I grew up, I'm gonna say in poverty. Yeah, damn near. Like I didn't grow up in poverty, but I just didn't grow up having much. Like I didn't have much. I was in a suburban dude. I grew up not having no money for real. So a lot of times in situations like that, you're really friends with people due to circumstance. You're not friends with people because y'all think alike. You're not friends with people, really kids in general. It really don't matter how you grew up most of the time, because we don't have access and resources to maneuver and live the world we live in. We got to go to school. It's a little bit different now that we got social media. But when I grew up, I didn't have social media, right? So it was really bad back then, and you just friends with people due to circumstance, either the way where you grew up at, how y'all interacted with each other, and what main interaction brought y'all together. That's kind of what made y'all friends. Like what tax bracket your parents was in. That's kind of how you became friends with people. And as you get older, you start to figure out who you really are, and you become an individual, and you don't really have to lean on your parents for anything no more. Now the way you think about life, the way you view life, your hustle, your personality, the way you want to operate and carry yourself starts to change from the people you grew up with, because now you're not friends due to circumstance no more. Now you're friends because now you have to maintain a friendship, because now you have to maintain an active friendship that makes sense. And a lot of times that's hard to do. So a lot of times we're like, damn, I don't want to lose my old friends, the people I grew up with, But it's not necessarily you're going to lose them as friends. You're just going to lose them as active friends, because y'all lives has changed. Y'all don't look at the world the same. Y'all do things different. Y'all operate differently. And because of that, that's enough to where like y'all just kind of do your own thing. Not saying y'all still don't love each other and have love for each other, but y'all just not gonna be active friends because y'all operate the same, and that's a real thing. So that's just something to be wary about, and not to take too personal. Because a lot of times we take these things personal. So don't try not to take it personal. Just understand that's just a way of life. And as you hop on your journey and start being around people that move and think like you should make new friends if you're open to it. The problem is, and which I feel like is going to be the issue in this video, is that people aren't open to new friends because they're only used to making friends due to circumstance and not used to making friends due to compatibility skills. See, being compatible with somebody and learning how to make that into a relationship, whether it's a friendship, romantic, or whatever, is a skill you have to learn. People don't learn that skill. People just used to being friends with people due to circumstance. That's why you realize a lot of people end up being friends with their co-workers because circumstance, just like as kids, bring them back as friends. So not bring them back, but you end up making friends again at work because of circumstance instead of finding people you actually think and move a lot like. Or if you don't make friends at work and because you don't want to go through that again, you just end up being a loner. It's and trust me, I'm kind of going through this phase myself, so it just is what it is. But you got to learn these things. It's a skill. It ain't given. It's something you have to work for.
More than likely you're not really gonna have much in common the more you grow. But is this saying something bad about you since now you no longer have anything in common with the people that you're around?
I noticed, bro, I be saying the whole video before the video even started. I get so long-winded that I'm pretty much probably done broke the whole video down. I haven't even seen this video. But I feel like, let me stop, because I'm sounding arrogant and I'm not really like that, but I am confident in the way I think. I'm just saying. But because of that, hit the like and subscribe button if you rocking with what I'm rocking. If you rocking with what I'm putting down, you know what I mean?
Well, a lot of people are experiencing this stuff, and it's kind of hard to stomach that. Dang, I may have to fall out with my best friend since I was a child, or a family member that we was really close growing up.
And when I say I don't have no friends, I'm not saying like I choose not to have friends. I think I just don't gravitate towards the wrong crowd. Because the crowd of friends I was hanging around didn't go down a path I wanted to go down.
Because he was friends with them due to circumstance. But now that he figured out who he actually was and grew an identity in himself, and now he's not a kid no more. Now that he has his own identity, he don't identify with the way they live life. Some people stay in that circumstance shit. Some people like, nah, bro, I don't want to be that no more. And they end up going their own way. And now they're not compatible with them no more. And now it's like, okay, I don't want to be compatible with these type of people no more. Even though your energy might still bring it because that's where you came from. You just don't want to be compatible with them no more. So now it's like, because you don't know how to make new friends because of compatibility, you just end up not making friends at all and end up being a loner, like I said earlier.
I wasn't interested in those things that they wanted to be interested in. So, I just split ways. I really didn't even really have friends for real. It was just school buddies.
Circumstance. Just like a lot of y'all co-workers. Look at your co-worker friendships. Are you really friends with them because y'all got a lot in common? Or are you just friends with them because y'all had a moment at work and you just thought, oh, well, I'll be friends with them? Circumstance, y'all made it work. And some people, mind you this, because some people might do this. Some people might be friends with people in circumstance, and because they're kind of got like a follower mindset, no shade, I'm just being honest, because they got a follower mindset, they will change who they are to be more compatible with the person that they really was friends with just due to circumstance. So, for instance, I'm not one of those people, but let's say I was a person, like, I don't smoke weed, right? But everybody that I was friends, well, I ain't gonna say was, but everybody that, I was around growing up a lot, they damn near all smoke weed, right? I could be a person and be like, man, bro, I want to fit in with my friends. I don't want to be doing my own thing. Like, I want to belong somewhere. I'm a smoke too. And now I'm changing who I am to be more compatible with somebody I was really only friends with due to circumstance, not because that was actually my belief system. And some people would do that and make themselves believe, oh yeah, we are really good friends because of compatibility. No, you dropped who you were to become friends with them because you didn't know any other way to make friends. Instead of actually being friends with somebody you are actually compatible with without changing yourself. So think about that. Some people gonna say, no, they really my friend. No, they not. Cause now you doing shit that they doing and you really don't move like that. And you really don't like moving like that. But you don't know how to make friends. So that's just the easier thing to do is to code switch instead of just being yourself.
Understand that it may be hard to let go of friends that you grew up with, friends that like y'all had real loyalty together for your whole life, because if you let go of those friends, you probably got to replace them. Now you don't really know if you could trust your new friends or not, like how you could trust the friends that you grew up with. But sometimes you really got to look at your friends and ask yourself, although I really want this dude to grow, or although I really want this girl to grow in the same direction as me, are they growing? Are they even seeking out that level of growth that
And you wrong if you force them to do that. If you have a friend in your life that isn't growing in the direction you want them to grow, don't force it. Because now what you doing is how I just talked about them people that like to conform to their friends to make it compatible. What you're trying to do is you're trying to force a compatible friendship that isn't compatible. Don't force a compatible friendship, because that means if you force it at the beginning, you got to continue to force it throughout the longevity of your friendship, and it's gonna get tiring, and it's gonna get exhausting, and eventually that person gonna break into the person who they really are, and you're gonna realize what the fuck happened. No, that person was always like that. You forced them into your mind. You forced them into your way of life instead of allowing them to be who they are. There's nothing wrong with giving people tips and tricks and giving people advice. But if they're really, if that advice is meant for them, they'll follow it. If it's not, then they won't. And sometimes they'll follow it later. Like I be telling my dad sometimes, man, you'll give me advice. Don't expect me to hop on it when you want me to hop on it. No Diddy, that sound crazy. But don't expect me to hop on that advice when you want me to hop on that advice. I'm gonna hop on that advice when I'm ready. I'm gonna keep it in my subconscious and keep it in the back of my head until I'm ready for it. I didn't forget, but now I'm ready for it. So now I'm gonna actually take the advice you said because I'm ready for it. Let me move at my own pace. And that's if you really love your friend and respect your friend, you're gonna do that. Give them advice. If they ask for advice, give it to them. If they don't listen, don't take it personal. They're just not ready for it yet, or it just don't work for them, and that's fine. The advice that people take from you that works for them is the people you need to be around with. If it don't work for them, it is what it is. Don't take it personal. Don't force nobody into your life. Because what you're trying to do is force a compatible relationship, just like the other person on the other end trying to adapt to your compatible relationship. Don't do that. That's fucked up. It's gonna end up having a bad spill out at the end. Don't do it. Just let them be them. And if y'all meant to still be friends on that level, it'll work its way out. If it don't, then just take it for what it is. It don't take it personal. It is what it is.
I'm trying to reach, especially like a best friend. If y'all been friends for a long time and this friend has not grown, like they have not grown from the college days, like they still are stuck in their college days in their head. The thing about that friend, usually you go to a best friend or a friend for advice. So now when you go to this friend for advice, you are basically asking your college day understanding for an opinion on a new level that you're at in your life. So in other words, this person's opinion has not grown strong enough to benefit anything that you have going on. So in return, it could possibly slow you down.
Real friend will put you in a situation where you got to fall out with them. If you feel like that you got to fall out with one of your homies or one of your friends because they put you in a situation where you wasn't comfortable in, well, that's a sign. If I'm choosing to think about my life and how I want to go on
and like I said, don't take all this personal, because that's what I had to learn. Sometimes that happens and it's not intentional. Sometimes it is. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes niggas know you growing and they'll put you in bad situations because they don't want to accept that you're growing. So don't believe me. And there's some people out there like that. But there's also some people that they're just being themselves, and you are around them when you shouldn't be, and you got put in a situation you shouldn't be, and you're mad at them when you should be mad at yourself. Because you shouldn't have been there anyway. You knew you shouldn't have been at that damn party. You knew you should have been around them type of women. You knew you should have been around them type of men. But because you wanted to stay down with the homies ain't gonna stop being the homies. They're gonna still be the homies. But if you moving different, you gotta actually move different. You feel me? And that's your responsibility, not theirs. They're not going to tell you, hey, bro, you shouldn't be around this. I mean, if they smart enough, they will. Sometimes they not. And they're not going to be able, sometimes they're not smart enough to tell you, hey, bro, you shouldn't be around this. They just thinking you cool. Or they just thinking it's like old times. When in reality, it shouldn't be like that. You need to move the fuck around. And sometimes it really ain't that big of a deal. But sometimes it is. Especially if you grew up in the bad zone. I ain't grew up in the bad zone. I was just broke. It wasn't dangerous where I grew up at. We just ain't had no money. So it's a little bit different for me. But for the ones that grew up in the bad zone, where you came out and you made it, nigga, fuck you going back for? Fuck you trying to be down with the homies for? You passed that. Let them be the homies and do what they do and love them from afar. You got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? I'm sorry I keep pausing, but they keep saying shit that be making you want to talk, bro. Like, God damn. I know this is a reaction video, but this is real reaction. Like, I'm giving you a whole nother perspective outside of the video you watching. Because you can watch this video on your own and just get what Ty Boogie gonna tell you. But then you can watch it with me and get a whole nother perspective. And that's what I offer. So you rock with it, hit the subscribe button and like button. So other people can like it too. You know what I mean? Appreciate you.
Life, bro, you can't stop that. Like, some of y'all friends be putting y'all some shit, bro, y'all can't get yourself out of. Y'all choose to constantly hang with these people because y'all got history and relationship with them. Then once y'all get into it with each other, all them people who you was around is no longer around you. That's why I say don't live for other people, bro. Live for yourself. You don't live for your fucking friends. Nigga, friends are
Mind you, nothing they're saying is wrong. It's just I'm giving another perspective.
Temporary. Are you going to choose the path that your friends want you to go on in life, or you going to choose your own? Nigga, I'll follow with 1,000 niggas if they lead me in the wrong direction in my life I don't want to go in.
Right.
And once you cut them people out your life, you're going to be so grateful for the path that you did not go down. Nigga, if you put me in a situation where I got to cut you off, it's going to happen. Because if you was genuinely my friend, you would push me to do better and want to do better with my life. And
again, sometimes they are genuinely your friend. They just don't know better. So you can't expect them to do that when they don't realize that. Now, again, like I said before, some people do. And they doing this on purpose. But you will know, based off their friends' habits and behaviors, if it's which one it is. And sometimes they just don't know better. So they're not being malicious. That's just the environment they in. So you came hanging with me. So this is how it's going to be. So that and sometimes it's on you. It's not always them.
Don't lead me down the wrong path.
Life really gets sad and lonely when you have to cut off all of your favorite people because everybody is just being stagnant, and you even being stagnant by being around these people. So you got to like let their ass go. But life becomes even more difficult when you exit stage left and you go and you start to grow and develop, and then you come back around these people, and bitch, it's like you just talked to them the same day. It's like nothing has changed. They have not elevated. They have not grown. And so you still can't let them back into your space. You still can't let them back into your life because now you can clearly see why you had to distance yourself from them to begin with. Like, that shit is lonely, and it's like aggravating because as an adult, meeting new people that are like-minded, that have the same interests, that you connect with, that you click with, is very hard. It's not easy. And so you'll end up just being friends with yourself.
It's not easy. Like I said in the beginning, it's a skill. You have to practice it. It's not given. You have to work for it. And what happens is we're not taught this in school. We just kind of go with the flow. That's why we end up just being friends with people through circumstance. And then when we get older, we do the exact same thing with people at our jobs. So you have to break out of that cycle and practice being friends with people that's compatible. Just people not good at it. So then people get online and cry about how they got to cut their day one friends out. No disrespect to nobody, because like I said, I'm on the same boat. But I'm not cutting nobody out, but you know what I mean. So people growing, they hopping online, they talking about it because they just don't understand that this is a skill you have to develop and you have to practice it. It's an active skill you have to practice. You're not gonna wake up one day and figure it out. And even if you wake up one day and have the knowledge about it, you still gotta practice it in practice. You know what I mean? That's just the only way it's gonna work.
And with your mom.
I want to hit 2,000 likes. We did really good on the last video. I think it's at like 3,000 likes. 2 videos ago, and it did numbers. Like I think the algorithm really likes when y'all hit that like button. So please hit that like button.
For me too. Thank you. If you really liking what I'm saying, because I'm spitting now. This is off the dome, nigga. I don't script nothing. This is reaction, pure reaction. Never watched this video. I put it in my watch later because I saw the title. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna save this for later because this look interesting. Off the dome. So if you could do me a favor, hit the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you in advance.
Falling back from certain friend groups could really feel like a breakup. Like, especially if y'all been friends for a long time. It could feel like a long-term relationship that you have.
You even start questioning yourself.
And now you guys are breaking up. You're so used to calling these people. You're so used to being a part of whatever social experiences they have, y'all experience together. It's one of the hardest things to do. But sometimes you have to sit back and ask yourself, what is really holding us together as friends? Is it the history that we had? And then
which is circumstance. History, circumstance, same shit.
It's the history that we have. What kind of history do we have? Were we friends when we were 19 years old? So we kind of hold on to those memories and now try to repeat those memories at an age of like 25 or an age of 28. Are we still trying to live out old days? Or are we progressing into the new thing? For a lot of people that want to stop drinking or stop smoking, or they want to level up in their life just in general, a lot of y'all are struggling with that is because your friends that you're around is not on that. It's not to say anything bad about your friends, but part of you removing certain things out of your life, you have to remove the people that are doing that thing out of your life too, or distance yourself so you don't feel encouraged.
And sometimes we think we strong enough, like, nah, they can all do it and I ain't got to do it. I mean, to me, for weed, that was the thing. Like, all my homies can do it. I'm just not going to do it. And it didn't hold me back or nothing. But, man, I had a desire to make it. And I had a desire to do what I'm doing. I'm doing videos. I'm a videographer. And I do podcasts. I do this YouTube thing. Bro, I do a lot. So, I had to start focusing on myself instead of trying to please everybody else around me.
To try to do that thing. And if that is a real friend, if that's a real solid friend,
they will understand.
If you say, yo, look, I don't want to drink no more, so I don't really want to be at the bar or anything like that, or I don't want to smoke no more, so I'm not going to be, matching up with y'all or anything like that. If your friendship falls to the wayside, if that friendship fails, that means that friendship was thriving off of something that was unhealthy.
Which is convenience or circumstance. Convenience or circumstance, whichever the one you want to call it. It was thriving off of convenience or circumstance. It was just, it was convenient. We were convenient friends. We were friends through circumstance. And now that you no longer fit that convenience or circumstance, like, I guess we just not friends no more. Like, we have nothing else to rock with. That's what that is.
If you're trying to make a healthy change for yourself in your life and you tell your friends, yo, I can no longer do that, and you catch yourself seeing these people less, that means that relationship was thriving off of something that was unhealthy. So you falling back was the best thing you can do for yourself. It's gonna suck, and the other 4 people in the group chat are gonna look at you like you're wrong, or they're gonna look at you like there's something.
Like I say, you're gonna start questioning yourself because you're going against your regular but your regular habits. So it's kind of like quitting an addiction. I know that's a crazy comparison, but you've been practicing this behavior with this person for decades probably, and now you're trying to like cold turkey stop. You gonna question yourself and thinking, are you tripping? That's just part of the process, but just keep going. Eventually there's a brighter side at the other side if you know you made the right decision.
wrong with you, but growth is an individual experience. It's not for everybody to understand. In order for you to maintain a friendship with somebody that you grew up with, more than likely you have to maintain a version of yourself that you actually want to grow out of, because the fear of ever looking like, dang, I switched up. People saying, oh, I switched up. Oh, you're acting different. But let me ask you a question. If I'm skinny and I go into looking buff, didn't I switch up? Didn't I do something different? Haven't I switched from who I was, that version of me, to a new version? Switching up is not bad. It's called growth. We get acting fake mixed with I've grown out of who you know me to be. I've grown out of the commonalities that we once had. I don't do that stuff no more. There is nothing wrong with falling out with friends that you have unhealthy attachments with.
It is okay to outgrow people. They can see you growing. They can see you're changing. They can see you don't come around no more. They can see you don't get involved with this no more. They can see your language changing. They can see your schedule changing. What's so important is to not shame someone because you outgrew them, but invite them on a journey to grow with you.
You make them self.
And if they don't take it personal.
Reflect. That's why they hate you. They can't be around you.
Because it's always this like me versus them thing. It don't have to be like that. It's just, this is what I want to do. You want to rock with me? If not, I wish you the best, my dog. Till next time.
They can't hide their emotions around you. They hate that you make them self-reflect. They can't wear a mask around you, bro.
And that's true too.
You open all of their defenses. And this goes to show that society and the people you're around, toxic people, because this is just a lesson. This is actually,
listen to the words they're saying. Toxic. Sometimes it is toxic. Sometimes it's just a misunderstanding, but that misunderstanding needs to stay a misunderstanding, because even if it was an understanding, there isn't no crossroad for it to work anyway. So just do your own thing, but it don't have to be no bad blood all the time. Because you don't have to make them a villain. Just understand it just ain't what it is. And it's cool. That's life. But when I see you my dog, maybe we'll go out one day and turn up and hit some drinks or something and treat it like the old times for that one night. Then I'm going back to I'm doing. It is what it is. That's life. There don't have to be no villain, me versus you thing. I hate that it's always that. But that's because people want to feel like a protagonist in their own story. When sometimes, nigga, it ain't no protagonist. You just doing your own thing, and they the protagonist in their own story too. It's just a misunderstanding. Now, granted, again, I'm not gonna take away from the part that there are some people that are on some shit and that's trying to sabotage you. But that ain't everybody. So understand the difference.
like facts. There's 5% of toxic people that are in your life. There's 5% of the people you mess with are all toxic.
And maybe they just toxic to you because y'all not compatible. And if that's what you're saying, then I can get that.
And you make people look at themselves and look at what they're doing and question what they're doing. And they don't like that because you know how to control yourself. You know how to say, all right, I'm not going to mess with this person. You know how to not do the things that you know the devil are trying to get you to do. But these people, they don't. They just keep following the matrix. They keep following what they think is cool or what they want to do to fit in. But you so different. You come in and you're just a whole different vibe. And they're like, where did this guy come from? Like, why is he like this? Why can't he just be normal? Why can't she just be normal?
Why they just can't be convenient? That's what they mean by normal. Be convenient, be circumstantial. Why they just can't do that? Because you know where you want to go in life. And by being that could easily deter you to the wrong path or take you off your course and slow you down. And because you know that, you can't be convenient and you can't be circumstantial. And that sometimes is a problem. Now listen, I'm going to let y'all finish the rest of this video. Shout out to Todd Boogie. If you don't know Todd Boogie, I didn't even do this on the other videos, but fuck it. If you don't know Todd Boogie, this is Todd Boogie. Shout out to Todd Boogie, you know what I'm saying? Go join the homie. You know it's in my watch later. Oh, you can't see that because it's behind my screen. But anyway, shout out to Top Boogie. You know what I mean? But it's like I said, it don't gotta be no villain thing. It's just you doing your own thing, they doing their own thing. But you just gotta do what you gotta do. Remember, a lot of us are friends with people because of circumstance and convenience. That's just what it is. So once you realize that, now you gotta really test it and see if it's really friendship or is it just convenient friendship. And if it is just convenient friendship, I ain't saying you gotta get rid of it, but you gotta move accordingly and put it where it needs to be so it don't slow you down. But with that being said, shout out to Top Boogie. Go like and subscribe to him, and also go like and subscribe to me. I put a lot of effort into these videos, as in me talking. I be running my mouth. I'm exhausted already as much talking I've been doing on these damn videos. Like, shit, like, y'all better get through half the video before I ran my whole mouth out. No diddy. But, yeah. So, yeah, hit the like and subscribe button and join the Prosper Gang. I appreciate you. And always remember, there is nothing impossible to they who try. Till next time I'm out. Dose.